Hey guys, welcome back to the 6th Gear channel, and in today's review I'm going to be doing another full-size Bronco Wildtrak in Area 51. I can't tell you how much I love this color on this vehicle, and without any further ado, let's actually take a look. I want to say thanks to Kitchener Ford for actually letting me take this out. It is the dealership I work at. The Bronco is available for test drive, but it isn't for sale, so if you want to come take it out, let me know. Alright guys, so here is another 2021 Bronco Wildtrak, and again, it's in Area 51. I can't tell you how much I actually love this color. You definitely have to see this in person on this vehicle. I think it looks absolutely awesome. So let's just dive right into it, guys. We'll start right here in the front end. All right, so starting with the headlights, we have standard Wildtrak headlights that actually have the LED strip going inside the headlight. And then you have the halo as well as the light on top, high beams down below. Now, for starters, this actually is the modular metal bumper. In the previous Wildtrak I did, it was just the plastic, so we don't have fog lights here. So I'll let you take a look a little bit here on this metal bumper. You still have parking sensors, but you miss out on the fog lights. You have actually tow hooks right here on the bottom, and they still carry the active grille shutters right in the middle here. But I personally would definitely recommend this. It's $1,000 Canadian, but it is just such a cool option to get. I would 100% recommend to get it. Now with that, you actually get some skid plates underneath. So this here, instead of being plastic, it is metal as well. Now standard here with the Wildtrak is the Bronco in white, and then you get the Bronco front grille, which just looks so menacing. It's so beefy, especially this having the standard Sasquatch package with the 35-inch tires. Just looks awesome. You definitely have to see it in person. Now one other thing to note is you actually get the 360 camera when you actually get the high package, but when you get the lugs package, it automatically equips the 360 camera. One other cool thing with Bronco and all Broncos is these hood trail sights. So what these are basically if you're off-roading and you need to kind of understand where your fenders are and where they lie, that kind of gives you some little bit of guidance when you're off-roading, going up or down, wherever you are. Now the nice thing is too, with these metal bumpers, you have to see a little bit more of the suspension, so I'll give you a little bit of a glimpse of what the Bilstein shocks look like. Nice big control arm at the front here as well, and view of the shock on top. So definitely would recommend getting the modular metal bumper, but that's pretty much it for the front end, guys. Let's actually take a look at the 2.7 liter underneath the hood here. Alrighty guys, so underneath the hood here is the only option, the 2.7 liter EcoBoost turbocharged motor, producing 310 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque, made it to the only 10-speed automatic. There is no manual option on the Wildtrak for this motor, and drives really great. I like the sound of it. It's not too loud, not too quiet. I think it's got a nice throaty sound. It's actually pretty quick, to be honest, especially with the size of it and how much it weighs. But this is the only option available for the Wildtrak. So that's it underneath the hood, guys. Let's take a look around the exterior of the Bronco. Alrighty, so taking a look around the 4-door version, because I haven't seen the 2-door yet. Love the Sasquatch package. Would definitely recommend getting it if you're going to take it off-road. If not, I still don't mind it just being without it. But the 35-inch Goodyear tires are awesome. Huge, especially with these 17-inch aluminum black rims. I think they look really, really good. The tire size here is 315/70 and the tire is just absolutely massive. Now you have the fenders too to compensate for the offset of the tire. I'll show you a little bit of the suspension as well. Inside here looks good. Can't wait to see some tuning options for what people have in mind on the Bronco. Fenders too look pretty good. They're in carbonized gray, matches the front top. This is the hard top as well. Now one thing I want to note is I thought this came with the graphics package, but it doesn't. It actually comes standard with the Wildtrak. Is the sticker here. Just gives you a little bit nice of a decal. One other cool thing too that I again didn't notice until I actually drove the Bronco is the mirrors are mounted on the hood, which I like better because obviously if you take the door off then you kind of lose your mirrors. This is pretty cool. They stick out decently far. Don't mind it here stuck on the hood, and then as you can see on the other side. Now the other side of the mirror on the passenger side, I do find it is blocked a little bit by the A-pillar depending on where you sit, but I don't mind them honestly on the hood as opposed to the door. Now this one does not have the optional running board at the bottom, so that is one thing to note. If you're getting in, it's pretty high. Ford says it is 11.5 inches of ground clearance actually from the front, so it is still pretty high. It's not too bad to get in, but I do have to say it is pretty high. Under here, the 360 camera is here mounted as well. You do have mirror lights too, so there's a button inside which I'll show you to put on the mirror lights. These fold in, and then here's a view of what they look like fold in. So it actually folds in pretty nicely. One thing to note too, this does have keyless entry, so with the key in your pocket you can lock it, and then to unlock just grab behind. Another thing too to mention is the windows go down slightly when you open the door, so just be mindful of that. Here's the back look of the fender and the tire. Again, same tire width and diameter, 17-inch beadlock rims, really like them. Gas cap is on the driver's side. Here's a look of the Bronco from the side. One thing I mentioned too is something I guess of a complaint, but it's nothing too crazy. The Wildtrak, all the stickers that symbolize what model you have, they're on the side here on the fender. I wish Ford maybe put something a little bit nicer, maybe put into the fender as opposed to this like just sticker that's on it. Obviously it tells you it's got the Sasquatch package standard on the Wildtrak, but I wish Ford maybe just kind of imprinted something a little bit nicer on the metal as opposed to just the sticker. So that's pretty much it for the side, guys. Let's actually take a look at the rear end of the Bronco. Alrighty, so coming into the back here of the rear Bronco, Wildtrak, of course. Obviously we have your spare tire here in the back, pretty big. Rear view camera right on this pole here, just so you get better visibility of what's behind you. Tow hooks on the bottom here as well. I'll give you a glimpse also too of the bottom rear diff and suspension components. Get the solid rear axle in the back with your Bilstein shocks. Looks really good. Massive sway bar right there in the middle. Now we do have some parking sensors back here, which is awesome. This is a plastic bumper, not metal. So one here, and as we carry through on the driver's side, two over there. License plate, it should be mounted over here. Now, I actually don't mind these taillights. I think they look really good, especially with them being LEDs. Now, towing on here, this does not have the tow package, but towing is 3,500 pounds only. One other thing to note is the exhaust. Doesn't sound too bad. Let's take a listen. Now, opening the door, I was surprised at how easy it is and light. So opening the door, it is keyless entry as well, so you can actually have the key in your pocket, and you can open it by just having that in your pocket. So again, opening the door, a little bit of tension 3/4 of the way, but as soon as you get it all the way open, it's not too bad. Now, one benefit, obviously, of having the hardtop is the back window. You can actually get that, which is awesome. So opening that up, pretty easy, just grab it and lift up. Decent amount of storage back here. Definitely reminds me of a Jeep kind of storage back here, but love these bars here, especially when you take it off. I think it's just going to look so badass once you see them on the road without the hardtop on. Now this does have the sound deadening carpeted roof liner, and it actually works, especially when it was raining. When it was raining in here, I didn't hear so much of the noise, so that's always a nice thing. A little bit of storage over here. We have storage pocket here. And we have your 12 volt and a light over here as well. Nothing too crazy, nothing too fancy. Then we have your spare tire equipment down here and some storage at the back as well. Now, one thing I do want to note is when you do open the back, or sorry, rather the top window here, you actually have to have the back door, this door, open a decent amount. And what I mean by that is if it's open like this, you're actually going to get caught in the corner here, and you might wear out a little bit of your seal. So just be mindful of that. You got to have it open at least 90 degrees for your back window to open. So close that up so you can get a better look. Again, really light back door. So that's pretty much it for the back, guys. Really beefy. I love, even looking at the side of it at the back, I think it looks really good and beefy. Surprisingly, since you know, I've seen the Bronco Sports and they don't look as beefy as this, of course, being this has the Sasquatch. But that's it for the back, guys. Let's take a look at the rear seats. All right, guys, so let's take a look at the back here of the Bronco. Starting with the door panel, got your sandstone leather interior, soft touch material here, door handle, soft touch padding here for your elbow. All down here is plastic, easy to clean. You have to have something like this if you're going to take it off road so you can easily clean it. Tells you actually down here to lift if you want to take the door off. Pocket here. Now we'll start with the seats back here. Nice material, very plush. I like the sandstone color. You have some blue stitching here, and it carries throughout the whole interior as well. There is a two-tone combination here, so we have obviously, you know, it's like a blue black or whatever color, and then we have your beige sandstone in the sides. We have some cup holder releases down here as well, just like that. A little bit of a light back here. Now there is some power ports back here. So down below here, window controls, obviously, and we have your USB, USB-C right here, give you a little bit of a better look, and your 110 as well back here. Nice stuff. It does say no step here, so don't step here if the roof is off, because who knows what will happen. And surprisingly, so I'll hop in here so you guys can see, you got the holy crap handle here. Oh, I don't want to dirty this. Alrighty, so I am about 5'11", okay? The seat in front of me is where I would sit, and I got about 7 to 8 inches of room. So that's pretty much it for the back, guys. Let's actually take a look at the front cockpit of the Bronco. Alrighty, so opening the door to the Bronco full size. Alrighty, so we'll start with the door panel here. Same type of material here, like I was mentioning before in the back. Soft touch material at the top here, all plastic here. Locks, door handle, there's your lock function there. Soft padding here, again plastic. Storage compartment. We'll move on to the seat. Power controls, lumbar support. And the seat here, we actually have two Broncos imprinted onto the seat. So that's blue stitching carries throughout, all that kind of fun stuff. And we have a little bit of an insert here, interesting. Carry throughout the seat. Again, looks really, really good. Love the color. We have some lighting controls over here. Your mirror lights, like I was saying on the exterior. No fog lights on this one because we have the metal bumper, but I can't wait to actually see aftermarket, like rigid or fog lights on these Broncos. Dimming for the interior lights. Emergency brake, and your hood latches down below. One other thing to note is this handle is going to be your lifesaver actually getting in here. It's not up here, it's right here, and it helps you easily pull yourself into the cockpit. Alrighty, let's take a look inside of this beast. Alrighty, so entering the cockpit of the Bronco Wildtrak for the second time. Not too bad. We'll go over some of the controls here because some of you might be new and you haven't maybe seen my other video of the other white Bronco. But let's dive right into it. Steering wheel feels actually really good, all leather wrapped. Wish this was just a little bit bigger so I can actually fit my whole hand in here, but what can you do? Over here are your controls to control the center screen. Very easy. Pushing this back button or this menu button gives you all your settings here. So my view, you can customize your views basically like in the F-150s and all the Ford products. Trip, fuel, off-road. The off-road status, actually I'll go through all these with you because I'm sure you guys want to know. Off-road status is really cool. Off-road here. Your pitch and roll, your like departure angles, your power distribution. You got your tire pressures, of course, your gauges, turbo boost, oil temperature, transmission temperature, and your battery voltage. So that's pretty much it. We can hit this back button, go back to your off-road status, and then we can go back to my view. Personally, I like the comm view. It kind of gives it the whole screen to fill up in the RPMs and your kilometers an hour. Got your fuel on the side, Bronco, auto stop start, compass, your temperature outside, and kilometers on the vehicle, and then kilometers to empty. Speedometer on the left looks fine, looks good. I think it's good in place there. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. There's not much else there. Over here is obviously the controls for that. Toggles for your media. Call pickup and call hang up. There's not two buttons, there's just one. Voice command. Now over here on the left side, now you can tell this has the luxury package, the lugs package, because it's got the adaptive cruise. So adaptive cruise here is your gap setting. Set your cruise controls here. Lane keeping assist is here. Volume controls. Your settings for your cruise control, of course. That's pretty much it. Bronco logo in the center. Your window stock here is to control your wipers, and your rear wipers just turn this one here. And that is it for the center of the driver. We have your Bang & Olufsen speaker system in here, which sounds awesome. Give you a little bit of a view of the dash. All hard touch material here. so it's easy to clean, of course, if your roof's off and it starts to rain and that kind of thing. So don't expect a lot of luxury in here. One other cool thing is you have power up top here, so USB, USB-C. What that is if you're ever going to get the optional kind of rail bar here, you can actually mount your GoPros and your phones to face forward or back, and you can kind of monitor how you're driving off-road, which is pretty cool. One other thing to note too, this is where we would sit, and those hood trail sights look really, really good. Truly love how they kind of stand out, and it helps you obviously when you're going off-road. So really, really cool. Got some buttons here, of course, which we'll go over. We have your locking front diff, locking rear diff. So this is a pretty cool button. This is your trail turn assist. And what this is it tightens your off-road turning radius with torque vectoring, which is a really cool option. Traction control and your hazards are right there. Buttons feel pretty good. And then when you push the button, it lights up too to let you know, obviously, that it is engaged. Alrighty, so before we get into the screen here, Bronco is stamped right here into the front where the airbag is. I think it's not hard plastic. It actually feels really good. Down below is your glove box, which is actually pretty deep. Now, let's head into the screen here. Won't touch on everything, but I'll kind of go over as much as I can. So 12-inch screen, looks great, feels great. Yeah, all that kind of fun stuff. All your hotkeys are down here. So we're in audio, you can go to phone, you can go to your nav, your apps, your settings, features. Features houses your zone lighting. So this truck does have zone lighting, which is incredible. Hidden zone lighting, what it does is it puts on all the exterior lights, depending on where you are, especially at night. If you want to maybe if you're going off-road, this would be cool. If you're going off-road and you want to see where you're going, you can turn on all your exterior lights and have them light up kind of where you're going. So you can even choose too which lights you want on, just the fronts or whatever. Really cool option. And you got some other stuff here, driver assistance. You can kind of turn off and on some stuff that you might want off. So over here is another setting, kind of has a dual screen purpose here. Hit this little arrow here, hit that, and what it does is it moves the screens, but you can also change the screen here with these arrows. So you have your audio, your phone, tripometer, your fuel economy, off-road status, zone lighting too, and then your audio. Actually, I gotta turn off the zone lighting, turn that off. And yeah, it's pretty awesome. I like the new Sync 4 system, works really well. Temperature and times at the top right. Push button starts here. Sandstone color carries throughout right at the bottom here. We'll go over some of the climate controls and other tuning knobs at the bottom. So volume, tune, of course. This is your 360 camera button, so you can turn that on or off. You can hit this button here and kind of get a better view at the front or the back, depending on which mode you're in. I'll show you the rear view camera. That's what it looks like there. And the 360 camera resolution's awesome, I have to say. Auto stop starts down below. What this button is your rear parking aid, and what it is if you can't really see or you're not paying attention to what's behind you, it will apply the brakes for you, which is awesome, just in case. Toggle, your two knobs are here as well. Down below is dual zone climate. Having the lugs package actually gives you your heated steering wheel, which is awesome as a button as opposed to being in the screen with the previous generation trucks and cars or from Ford. They always had it in the screen, so now they have a button, which is awesome. Heated seats, and your fan knob is here, which I like a lot better. And that's pretty much it for here. Down below is your USB and USB-C connections. This one does have the wireless charging pad, so put your phone here, will charge. You actually have here designed and engineered Ford in Dearborn, Michigan, USA, built at Michigan Assembly Plant. So they have that in all of their Broncos. The Bronco shifter feels good. It's got your Bronco logo here. Manual modes on the side. That's it for that. Down below is your GOAT modes, go on any terrain, with your 4x4 settings. So we have 4 low, 4 high, 4 auto, which is awesome. I love 4 auto, 2 high, and then your off-road cruise control, which is pretty cool. This is your GOAT mode. So when I turn this knob, it will put here a different mode with an animation. So we got normal, we got eco, we have sport, we have slippery, we have mud and ruts, we have sand, and we have mud or Baja, which is standard in the Wildtrak. Now it will turn on 4x4 depending on where you are going and change the setting accordingly. So right now I am going to go into normal because we are just on rocks. That's pretty much, we're not going off-roading right now. So anyways, really cool. I love the animations of that. Awesome. Down below here are your window controls. So they're automatic. They're all automatic actually, which is pretty awesome. And your mirror controls are over here. Now, like I was saying too about that mirror, so basically this is where I would be sitting. If I turn my little gimbal here, you can see that part of the mirror is cut off from that A-pillar. It's not annoying, to be honest. It's just something you notice. I still like the visibility of here. You're very high up, and you're in a commanding position of the road, but it's just something to note, obviously. Let's take a look at the center console here. Gotta move a little bit. Push that up. Got a little bit of a box here if you want some like spare change. 12 volt down below, and it's about probably just shy of a foot deep, so nothing too crazy, nothing too fancy. And close that up. But before I give you my final thoughts, let's take a look up here. We got some auxiliary ports, so there's 6. You know, you push them forward, feel like a pilot turning on shit, and then you have your light controls as well, and visor, of course. And that's it, guys. I honestly love this interior. I love the commanding view position that the Bronco gives you, and I love all of the colors in this interior. I love the leather. Unfortunately, with this one, you actually do not get vinyl floors. You can only get carpet, which I do wish they offered the vinyl. Some people might want to take the carpet out in this one if they're going to really take it off-road. But again, this one's 70 grand. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let's actually take a look at the price. All right, so let's take a look at the price. Took the window sticker off, again, ever so gently, because I know someone's going to want to keep this for sure. So this one here is spec'd to $69,039 Canadian. And I'll show you here. So 4-door Bronco, 5-passenger, all that kind of fun stuff. Standard stuff's here. Here are the optional stuff, which we'll go over. So the 354 package actually gives you the high package, but the lugs package gives you pretty much everything. Here are the optional stuff. So you have the front bumper, which is the metal with the modular, which is awesome. And the only other optioned thing on here is the leather seats right here for about $2,300. One of the cool thing too I would recommend is the Bronco Off-Rodeo. Definitely go there if you can do it. I've seen some great videos of it, and I would personally recommend to do that. So that is what the price of this Bronco is. Let's take you around the exterior and give you my final thoughts. Alright guys, so that pretty much concludes this video of the Bronco. I love this vehicle. I honestly, you know, if you have the money, I think if you're in this market and you're looking at competitors, please try this out if there is one available for you to even try out. It is such an awesome vehicle. Ford, I think, killed it. The anticipation of it and the weight is definitely worth it. All the Bronco owners are really gonna love their Bronco. It's just an awesome vehicle inside and out. I haven't taken it off-roading. I've just really driven it around the city, and I truly love the way it drives. I think that independent front suspension is awesome. I think it's an amazing thing they did as opposed to going to the solid front. And yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below of this spec, and we'll see you in my next video. Hopefully it's another Bronco. Cheers. Just want to say thanks to Kitchener Ford for actually letting me take this out. It is the dealership I work at. The Bronco is available for test drive, but it isn't for sale. So if you want to come take it out, let me know.